Hello.
It seems since the beginning of the year, I've had many wonderful opportunities to be excited, job opportunities, apartment opportunities.
All right.
And I've been feeling a lot of expansiveness and taking the opportunities that excite me.
Well, thank you very much.
One of these opportunities was an apartment in the same building I live in now was offered to me. And I was supposed to move this weekend. And I was also supposed to move a year ago. And it ended up after being packed and ready to move, I didn't move.
All right. Maybe you have moved in other directions.
Well, I thought that I needed this apartment to be creative and to expand because I've been feeling somewhat claustrophobic.
All right. But again, do recognize that there is a difference between following what excites you and allowing that to become expectation, thinking that it should manifest. There are no shoulds. You may be changing so quickly that even when you accept an opportunity that does come to you as the product of your excitement, that may change before it has an opportunity to complete itself because you are ready to go on to something else that quickly.
Well, my question is, I was going to move this weekend and I was all packed. And last night, I decided I wasn't going to move because the manager decided not to put new carpeting and drapes in the apartment. And so I unpacked all my boxes and out of integrity decided not to take the apartment. And all day today I was very upset and anxious, feeling very closed in.
Doesn't sound like integrity to me.
I spoke to the manager this evening and I am taking the apartment and now I am moving in. And I want to know why I caused this struggle, even though I know I don't need to cause this struggle.
Well, obviously, at that point, you did not necessarily believe so strongly that you did not need to, or you would not have. Now, allow yourself to recognize that it perhaps simply was a last vestige of an idea you may have been hanging on to. The idea of assuming that every little detail has to be just a certain way before what you feel needs to happen can happen, but that is not necessarily so. All of the details will take care of themselves, and whatever details are there are never going to be anything that will impede what truly excites you, what truly motivates you. You do not have to, in that way, necessarily always be so picayune as an expression of your integrity. The idea of integrity is to function as an integrated whole and not necessarily focus on a particular part. You follow me?
Yes.
If you simply knew that the energy was correct for you, then you would not have been, in your terms, stopped by the idea of one particular variable, which you really know, if you stop to think about it, doesn't necessarily have that much to do with the overall energy of your excitement, but which pointed out to you that there are still, in your mind, details that can, or you believe can, slow you down or impede the progress you believe you are making. You follow me?
The details meaning expectations on how things are to occur.
Yes.
Yes.
But again, once you put the energy out there and create it to be an activation, all the details take care of themselves, and whatever details are there are the details that need to be there to represent the energy of your excitement, not function as a symbol of interruption in your excitement. Who knows what you would have discovered in the idea? Well, you will find out now that you have decided to go ahead. But the idea of that particular detail may be serving a particular purpose. And if you simply allow yourself to trust and go into the scenario following your excitement, you will know soon enough why that particular detail is there and why it has stood out to you. It does not mean it is something there to hold you back. It is there to aid and assist you, perhaps in a very unexpected way. But that is what life is all about. Discovery and the unexpected, growth and change. Allow yourself to follow what excites you. Do not worry about the details in that way. They will transform in whatever way they need to after whatever details are there have served their purpose. If something is there, it serves a purpose. You follow me?
Yeah.
So, do remember that when these things seem most perplexing to you in many different levels, the idea is not to simply look at this and say, well, how does this fit into the life I've already lived, but also to recognize that these things fit into the life you have yet to live. And so you're not necessarily going to consciously know why it is there until you go full ahead into the experience, and then you will understand why it was the way it was. Just because it is that way now doesn't mean it is going to remain that way. You follow me?
Yeah.
And it may, because of the way it is now, lure you into other scenarios that you truly will find exciting. Everything plays a part. Nothing is out of line. Nothing is in a situation for no reason. Simply follow the most overwhelming excitement, and do not allow yourself to focus on the idea that one or two details do not seem to be appropriate to your excitement. If they are there because you know you are creating your reality as a reflection of your excitement, then simply assume that the details that don't seem to fit now must still be a part of the exciting momentum you have generated, and that sooner or later you will see how they do fit in. You follow me?
Yeah.
So, enjoy and discover. You may find out within what you call, now, not that you have to spend time looking for it, but you may find out within what you call the next 3 weeks to 6 of your weeks why that exists in the way it does, and what you will attract because it exists in the way it does. All right?
Yes. Thank you.
It will also give you an opportunity, once you accept and move into a situation, for you to know you have the empowerment to change your foundation. You follow me?
Yeah.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Sharing.
Hi, Bashar.
I
I was wondering if you could discuss for just a moment aspects of fear and recognizing it and moving through it.
You have trouble recognizing fear, do you?
Well, unless it's the shark coming at me, sometimes, yes.
If you are having trouble recognizing fear, then perhaps you're not as fearful as you think. What about that?
That'd be lovely.
It what? Would be?
It is lovely.
Oh, thank you. Do you really believe it is lovely?
Yeah.
Do you understand that you can utilize the idea of fear if and when you should choose to create it? To understand that it is simply another way, many times out of your habits, to force yourself to face something you have not paid attention to. It brings you completely into the now moment many times. Not that you have to experience it in that way, but many times you will experience the idea of fear because you have been taught not to listen to the things that you need to listen to when they come to you in subtle ways. So if you ignore them and ignore them and ignore them and ignore them, then they will become louder and louder and more fearful and scary to get your attention, first of all. So many times when you feel the idea of great fear, that is simply a proportional indication of how much attention getting you need when regarding communication from yourself to yourself.
So when fate hands me a lesson
When
in
what?
a pamphlet,
When
the
who?
universe, God, myself, whoever.
Thank you.
Oh, I got the right answer. Thank you.
You are giving yourself an opportunity to discover another portion of yourself that up to that moment in your life, you have either been taught to suppress or not been willing to face, or simply not needed to look at that point, and perhaps have been taught that that would be something that would never come up in your life, but now it has. Anything that occurs in your life in that way is there, once again, for a reason. And if you are willing to accept and acknowledge that if you have created it to come in a fearful way, that was simply to get your attention, then thank the fear and tell it that the next time it delivers something to you, you will pay attention more quickly, so it will be less fearful next time, and the next time, and the next time. You follow me?
Yes, I do. Thank you, Bashar.
Thank you very much for your expression and willingness of trust. That is all you need to dispel all fear.